Alright, welcome, hello over there, and welcome to Brightco English channel. And as usual, this channel will always help you to become a fluent and confident speaker of the English language. So I'll be taking you through the aspects of the English grammar, including vocabulary and the sentence structures, so that you can become a fluent user of this language, especially if you are a user, or if the English language is your second language in this matter. Now, before we move on, I would like you, if you've not subscribed to my channel, I request you to do so. Also share and like with your friend. And in the event you have any question, you can hit the comment side there, put it there, and then I'll get back to you and I'll answer you in due course. Now, in this episode, we want to look at another aspect of English noun, that is the noun gender. Noun gender. This is now a place which is always giving people headache, and I want to put a little bit of light into it so that you get out of that confusion. Now, when you're talking about the gender, in this case here, gender simply, when you talk about gender, what comes into your mind is that sex orientation. Something is either male or female, which is always what people are fond of, but there are also other aspects of gender as you're going to look at it here. Most people are only aware of two, but in English language, we have got four, which we want to expound on, and therefore you'll become now a fluent user of these because you'll be knowledgeable as far as this noun gender is concerned. Now, as I've told you, when you're talking about the noun gender, we simply refer to the sex orientation of these. And of course, this one is only limited to the what? To the animals. There is no way you can refer to a gender to objects or non-living, unless in literature, where we have got a style known as personification. Personification is a case whereby you are giving the qualities of the living to the non-living, as you're going to look at it ahead there. But now, first things first, let's look at these four main types of gender. That exist in with the nouns. So in this case here, the first one, which the first two that we are familiar with, we say masculine. When something is masculine, simply means it has got the male nature in it. Masculine. There are certain words which are masculine in what? Masculine in nature. When you take, for example, word like father, the word father is masculine. And the opposite of father is mother. So in that case, mother is what? Feminine. So masculine and feminine. So when you talk of boy, which is masculine, we have the girl, which is feminine. Let's come to the third one, which is called the neuter gender. Neuter gender is that which is used to refer to the to the animals and the non-living objects, or let's just call it generally objects. Okay, so we cannot refer to the gender as such, but mostly objects, because maybe for animals here, we can refer to them as either male or female, all right? But now neuter gender here will strictly refer to the objects. In this case here, like you talk of objects like maybe table, chair, bed, and all that, you cannot refer to them as what? As gender, unless maybe in literature, whereby you do what is called what? Personification. Then, of course, we have the fourth one, which is called the common gender. The common gender here, now it is a type of gender, the type of gender which is across board. It is not specifically limited to the male or the female, or it is neither masculine nor feminine, but it is used across board. There is no harm even if you use it to refer to the male or you use it to refer to the female. Take for instance, word like when you talk of word like cousin, we have the male cousin, we have the female cousin. So therefore, you cannot categorize the word cousin as masculine or feminine. So therefore, you say it is what? It is common gender because it is used across board. Word like parents, we have two parents, either father, which is masculine, or mother, which is feminine. But the word parent here, when you say that my parent, so in this case here, the word parent is what? The word parent is a common gender. We have male and female teacher. When you talk of a doctor, you talk of a pilot, you talk of a designer, artist, and all that, those ones are called common gender because they don't specifically refer to either male or female. But talking about the personification here, this is now, it is a departure from the norms of the English grammar. So here it's used in literature as a style, whereby now when you're writing, you are referring to non-object. For instance, you are giving it the qualities of the living. For example, maybe in one of the literature books, you find a word like the sun gives his light to the rich and the poor alike. The sun gives his light. So under normal circumstances, if you are to use it, grammar, you'll say the sun gives its light. It's supposed to take the neuter gender. The sun gives its light. But here, because the writer wants to give it some kind of life, so it gives it a masculine what? A masculine quality. So it says the sun gives his light. The moon sheds her bright light at night. The moon sheds her bright light. So in this case here, you find that the writer is trying to personify the moon and gives it the feminine what? The feminine nature. So in that case, you find that that is called personification. Or maybe the thunder unleashed his anger amidst the what? Amidst the heavy rainfall. The thunder unleashed his what? His anger. So in that case, you find that the thunder, which we know very well that is non-living, and therefore you're giving it a quality of human or of the living, and therefore we call that style personification, because you give the qualities of a person to the non-living object. Now let us see how we can form the gender in this case here, more so maybe masculine and the feminine, because that's now where the weight of this is. Now, when you're forming the masculine and the feminine gender in this case, some of them, they have got their different forms. For example, when you talk of boy as masculine, we have girl as feminine. You talk of bull as masculine, the male is called the bull, the female is called cow. So in that case, you have bull versus cow. When you have like a bachelor, like a man who is not married, bachelor, a woman who is not married, you call spinster. When you talk of husband, you have wife. You talk of king, we have queen. So in that case, you can see how they play about. So in this case here, you find that it takes different forms of the masculine and the feminine form takes different what? Take different forms. Let us look at the second category here. This is a case where we add some suffix. We add this suffix is some letters that we add to at the end of a particular word. For example, in this case here, how we can add suffix to the masculine to form the feminine. Example, like you have a word like actor. Actor, who is the male artist, the person who performs, or a thespian. So the female will become actress. When you have conductor, we'll talk of what? Conductress. When you have emperor, we have empress. We have tiger, we have the tigress. We have the prince, we also have the princess in that case. So in that case there you find that we add the suffix what? Es, so that you form the what? The feminine. We add that suffix to the masculine form so that you can form the what? The feminine nature or gender. Now, the third category how we can form the feminine by looking at the opposite. We have another category whereby you look at the opposite. For example, you talk of talk of grandfather, you have grandmother. So grandfather becomes what? Becomes the masculine, and then grandmother becomes what? Feminine. When you have the landlord, so you can see we have landlady. When you have the salesman, we have the sales lady. Yes, even the countryman and countrywoman, even the peacock, and also the peahen. So you have to know how to go about this so that you don't confuse how they are supposed to be formed. There are some cases whereby some people normally confuse the gender, whereby we're supposed to use the feminine, you are using the masculine form to refer to that of feminine, which is not acceptable. Now, can you try this one here in your case, and then you'll hit it in the comment box there and see how you can form it. Now, the first one, masculine, manager, which is the feminine form of the word manager. Just a few seconds there. The next one, when you have like vixen, what could be the opposite gender? I don't want to tell you whether it is masculine or feminine, so you'll be telling me there. So if you have vixen, what will be the opposite gender? When you have like doe, like in the case of in relation to rabbit, okay, or hare, we have male and female there. So one is called doe. So which gender is doe? And what is the opposite gender? Hit it down there in the comment. And then you also have the stallion. The stallion here is in reference to the horse, okay? So the stallion is a particular gender there. So which is the opposite gender? So if you can get it correct, try your knowledge, test your knowledge on the same, put it down there in the comment, and then we are going to see. Otherwise, remember what to give you the recap of this. Remember to know that the gender, the people are only fond of 2, yet we have 4. And the last 2 people are not always familiar with them, and I've already taken you through it. That is the neuter gender and the common gender. Already you've known how it is. If you add it to the already ones that you knew, that's the masculine and the feminine, you'll be good to go. Otherwise, in the next episode, we are going to look at another aspect of English, and in this case here, hit the exercises that I've given to you. Make sure that you record it down there in the comment, and then I'll go through and see which one or who has got it right and who has got it wrong, and maybe I'll give also further explanation on the same. Otherwise, if you've not hit the subscription, please make sure that you do it. You subscribe, you like, and share. Otherwise, see you in the next episode. Thank you.